their observations and gather dust. Now you publish it. You've been accused of trying to sabotage the government by publishing reports that are damning about the way public funds are managed. So it interests me to know that whether there have been any direct threats or, intimidation directed at your office.
No, there is no.
You were not called at State House and been told that, look, your reports are really giving us very bad publicity.
I heard that, but that is later. We had something like that, particularly in relation to the secret report. We had that.
Yeah, the secret report, airport, airport tax that many criticized
absolutely
was not even going to government cuts.
Absolutely. We had that.
You had cause to be called to question about the report.
About the report, yes.
By the present government at State House.
Absolutely, yeah.
How do you feel? Isn't that not interference?
It is in a sense. It is.
So it was
because essentially the aim is to intimidate, so that we are careful next time. Essentially, that is it. But even there,
you defended it. You defended you.
That if you don't want us to do it this way, you must go to the regulations that guide our process. We change that. We do it as as long as these ones are there. This is how we are going to go forward.
You've argued that you've always published your reports many years ago, but they have not made such a wavelength.
No, the problem is that technology is also advanced. We did not have a website. This website was built around 2019 and we began operation in 2020. What we were doing before is to place documents at the National Library. So if you go back 2007,
you see them there.
2007, 2008.
So it was a case of
people reported on Gamtel. So we have reported on bigger issues than this COVID.
It was like people were not interested in it.
Absolutely, they are not reading. If we are going to our report,
they would have seen
the sale of Gamtel.
You reported all that?
Yeah, it's there. The spectrum involvement.
Yes.
Yeah, the $30 million, they are all there.
So it was a case that people were not interested, or they didn't even know where to look for it.
That's why there was this accusation that we are not doing this before. I said no.
Yes, I heard you say.
Reporting has been consistent. This is it is not. This is what the law requires us to do, and that's what we are doing all along.
Were you bothered when people said you probably are working in the interests of politicians, opposition politicians, because were you not once accused of meeting the politicians or sympathizing the opposition? So you're trying to.
But even under the previous regime, that accusation
was still there.
But cognizant of that possibility, because I know the work that the audit does for me is key, it's paramount. And I always say audit is my baby. So important for me that I have sacrificed my social life for a long time. For me, it is home, office, home, nowhere else. I don't have a VU. I have never joined any political party. I am still an independent person. I have never joined political party. I have friends. This is Gambia, of course. I have friends in all political parties almost. But that's how far it goes. For me, my work at the National Office is sacrosanct. Nothing interferes with that. Nothing. I think the COVID thing, when it came, you know what died it down? No, that was there was this 600 something million.
Yes, I was coming to that too. Where that is when your audit report highlighted accounts that were meant to be closed, accounts that were criticized very well under the Jammeh regime and were meant to be closed. Yet they weren't closed and money continued to be put there. You reported that, and it was said that 600 something million. And people were not happy with that, and there had to be clarifications, etc. Can you explain that? What happened in that?
I think they were, they wanted to politicize it.
Yeah, exactly.
Essentially, that's the idea. But essentially, what we were saying, we have asked this account to be closed because it is illegal. It is going outside the government stuff. It was closed, and they reopened again. So that made it illegal, and money spent from it. I remember when I was talking to Omar at some point in the
journalist,
I could be paid from this myself.
You could have been paid, you wouldn't know.
People who are paid, it's not the issue. It's about opening the account and putting this money in there, circumventing the accounting system.
That is where the wrongdoing is.
That's where the wrongdoing is. I think it was when they said they found, I think the opposition leader's name there.
Yes.
Okay, so you did. But before then, that's the accusation, that we are trying to help the opposition party.
I see.
But when they saw this
when they
name
saw
there,
people, it could have been anybody. Actually, it's not the recipients, but the people who created the account.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it didn't be closed.
Oh, I see.
Because essentially it was created for that purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. To circumvent the
accounting system.
They said the idea, when we questioned, actually, they said because the process is slow. No, it's not no longer slow. It's no longer slow. That before you get these payments and whatever, if you plan, nothing is slow when you plan accordingly.
Was there any time that the government or some public official whose ministry or institution you were auditing tried to bribe you, for example, to offer you monetary gains so that you can report them in a positive light, or people who fear that the report is going to implicate them in some sort of a fraud? In fact, let me ask, I think some of your recommendations actually straight away recommended for police action.
Absolutely, yes.
Have that been done?
They have.
There have been incidents.
But like I said, there are capacity issues at the police too. The squad, in terms of that investigation process. They have, and so recently they have shared some of the reports with us. When you look at it, you will know that they could have done better.
They have capacity problems.
Yeah, capacity problems. That's where we work on.
But have there been any prosecution out of this, your recommendations?
Yes, there are.
There have been.
Usually, but it takes a long time. I remember there are cases as far back as 2014 that have not been completed.
That have not been completed.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, as far back 2014 that are still not been completed, and these were actually cases of
outright fraud, corruption.
Yeah, outright fraud.
Yeah. And no action have been taken over them, isn't it?
No.
Or not completed?
Not completed. The cases are not completed. Maybe, I don't know whether they have been even
or they have been abandoned.
Yeah.
So I come back to the question. Have you ever been, everybody tried to induce you out of reporting, reporting fairly about, or correctly about their institutions or management?
People have talked to me about my reports, but of course, like I said, I always said, if you tell me that this is not true, then that's my problem. I have a problem there. But you say, why don't you write it out?
That way.
There's no.
You never accept to do that.
No.
Even if for whatever money.
No. I've never been offered money as Auditor General.
Okay.
But I'll not be surprised if my staff
could have been tempted to do
that is possible because I was there to myself.
But did you ever know any case? No, you have no such a case.
Of course, if you leave the office. You leave the office.
Of course.
When that has come to light, you leave the office.
You leave the office.
But already there is a draft that we have not completed. But that will go to the National Assembly.
You must get some level.
For my staff, this is
level of education or integrity checks.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is my successor, the new Auditor General, will preside over it. So very soon. That also includes the surcharge that people are complaining.
Yes.
The Constitution says that we can surcharge.
Yes, that's right. Can you explain that? When they mean surcharge, what do you mean? What do they mean?
Yeah, that is to disallow. When for example, some of the recommendations we have that recover, when you buy a bottle of water, we thought it did not go according to regulation, we can say no, we are not allowing this expenditure, you pay for it.
Okay.
But it involves a lot of other administrations around it that needed to be provided for. That's why we have reviewed the act. The act is not reviewed. We'll also do a regulation to guide it. Because I'm expecting that when Karamba is surcharged, then Karamba need to step aside until the matter is resolved.
Yes.
Like if I'm Auditor General and I've been found wanting and I'm surcharged, I cannot remain in that office.
Yeah, that's right.
So you need regulations to guide all of those processes.
That's been processed.
Why people say you have this, you are not doing. So we need to have laws,
regulations
to how to administer it, essentially. So what is envisaged is that once this regulation is passed, the act is amended, then they'll make regulations so that they work in concert with the Public Service Commission. So once they surcharge, they inform the Public Service Commission, who will trigger the necessary, either suspension, interdiction, or whatever, and then, that will make, and then that will also strengthen the public financial management.
We mentioned the COVID and the secure reports. And of course the unauthorized reopening of bank accounts that have been suspected to have been set up to go around the system. What other major auditing exercises have you conducted that have raised big issues?
That's the